Jake, would you mind then, we're going to do the sliding board transfers. What conditions would be applicable for a sliding board transfer? So yeah, definitely, obviously, an amputee, those that even have bilateral amputations would be definitely a possibility. And even if you just have a amputation above or below the knee, depending on the age and physical health status of that patient, you might stand up, you might just be safe with going with the sliding board transfer. What other population? Obviously, spinal cord injury when they have, again, paralysis of their legs. And then another one, on occasion, it might be helpful. With stroke, we run into people that are what we call pushers. And those are the ones, and that's why I kind of emphasize that fetal position. Those are the ones that have a lot of extensor tone. So if you try to transfer them the regular way, what they want to do is they want to bolt back on you. And if they're big and strong or even short and large, they're hard to handle, okay? And it's not safe. So you keep them on a board if that's the case, all right? So something you definitely need to know how to use. Now, this, the nice thing about this is it's short. Even with a lot of weight on this thing, it's not going to break, okay? Because of it being short. Now, this is made out of about the, I don't know if it's the same kind of wood, but nevertheless about the same thickness. Obviously, this is longer. You know, this obviously would probably be more applicable if you have a greater distance between one surface to the next surface. The precaution you got to take with this thing is someone kind of big goes on this thing, and again, there's not a lot of surface area of the board on a chair, meaning you got a bridge, okay, a major bridge, these break, okay? That's the last thing you want doing, happening with your patient. So if you're in that case, you got a larger patient, this is really, again, a major bridge, meaning that there is not bad at all. That's not going to break, right? I mean, it's not going to break. You got something like this, that thing might just snap on you, okay? That's not safe at all, okay? So anyhow, having said that, this is not going to break, okay? This thing's a good one, all right? No one's going to take this one. All right. So you might think about that if you have different sliding boards in your clinic, or if you don't, you might want to consider a selection of them. I tend to disfavor this one. It is heavier. Someone with spinal cord injury, mainly you get up into quadriplegia, it's going to be heavier, harder for them to manage because it is heavier versus something a little lighter, okay? So those considerations too. All right, Jake, why don't you have a seat? Now, with sliding board, you got to be ready. Kind of like transfers, but definitely with sliding board. Yeah, optimally, something like a 90-degree angle like we had with the other chairs. What about chair to, for example, transferring into your automobile? Okay, depending on the circumstances, you might even be in a situation where you got to go directly straight, okay, into 180. So you got to be prepared for both. The other precaution when you use these things is you don't want to end up pinching their glutes, okay, which happens. When you get this thing slid under, if it's not way under, I mean, it can pinch, so just be really careful. You got a gate belt on them. You got to plan ahead, obviously, which I just did not do. And let's say we're going to take Jake to this surface, okay? So what we're going to do here is I'm going to be here, I'm going to pull Jake up, I'm going to use his gate belt, and this is how it's going to work. You might go down again, and depending on the circumstances, shimmy the hips, have them help you if they can, but here's the technique. Okay, I'm going to come here, and I'll do it both ways. Okay, I know you can't see behind, but I'm basically on the lateral border of the scapula, and I'll show you in just a minute. But this is what, and then Jake's right shoulder is going to go right into me. I'm not, and so I got pretty much a lot of control over him, okay? What I'm going to do then is I'm going to use Jake's body weight and my body, and I'm going to basically pull him into my body so he doesn't end up on the floor, okay? And I'm also just getting that hip up, going that direction, okay? And I can slide that board under him then, okay? Now, let's set him up. And what I like to do, number one is you want your patient helping, okay? And in this case, Jake's going to do his very best to not use his legs. And obviously tell your patient not to get their hands stuck underneath this board because it is going to end up shifting. This is just the reality of sliding board transfers. If he gets his, obviously, fingers at the end of it, they're going to get pinched really bad. So let's not do that. Now, I like to come behind, okay, and I'm out of the way now. And I have his belt, okay? And essentially, you know, when you first do this, the person's going to need some help. It's like anything else. It's going to take practice, practice, and practice until you get proficient with it on your own. Make sure that sliding board's in place and it doesn't end up taking off on you, especially when he's between the chair and the other chair. Okay, so Jake's going to do his best. Obviously, the prerequisite here is some shoulder strength, especially. And if you have tricep, obviously, for some elbow extension, like in quadriplegia, you're going to be much more apt to be able to transfer. But with your amputations, typically we're going to be okay here. Okay, so let's go ahead and up, nice and easy, good. Now here we're going down. Okay, all right. Now, same thing goes. If your person needs help, especially in quadriplegia, if they need help, again, what we're going to do here, I'm going to come here, pull them into me, not going anywhere, and I'm going to lean them to the side so I can get that thing out. Okay? Sometimes what they'll do is they'll just put their arm around here and they'll pull themselves. Okay, and just lean into it. That's enough to get the hip up when they become independent in terms of managing this whole situation. Jake, so everyone can see, let's go ahead and change it up a little bit here. Okay, I'm coming here. Now, notice where my hand is. It's not stuck up in his axillary area. It's not here. It's just on the lateral border. It's a key point of control. I really have the same position as I did my transfer. My leg between his legs, his shoulders in here. He's not going on the floor. And I have an open stance here. I'm on this side, direction I'm going. So all I'm going to do is pull Jake into me, lean him to the side, and sometimes I might even grab this gate belt. But if I'm going to grab the gate belt, I don't have as much control up here. That shoulder has to be in you. Otherwise, they could definitely end up on the floor. So if I have difficulty, I'm going to grab that gate belt even, and I'm going to shift his hips as best as I can, making sure that shoulder's into me. Coming here. And I don't like it because it's on the wheel right now. I'm going to reposition it. Coming around. Again, let's not pinch our fingers, okay? Go nice and easy. Use that arm strength. And again, person could get to a point where they can do it on their own. If they can't, pull them into you, same thing. Some of you, I have my leg in between. The position I'm in is not good. I feel like I could end up going that way with them. For whatever reason, I feel the need to open up my stance. Now I'm good, stable. Another example. Jake's in the chair. Maybe you're in a tight bathroom or something, and the toilet's right here. So what we're going to need to do here is we need to get the chair up as close. I'll just move this one. And essentially what we're going to do is get this person on an angle. Relax. We're going to shimmy up a little bit. Okay, if we can, we're going to get them turned. In this case, I'm going to take this armrest off. Okay, now you're just going to be in tough situations. You do the best you can. So here, we're just going to say we're stuck with this. Big thing here is I got Jay. Number one, safety, right? Always safety. Not going anywhere on me. Number two is we got to get this thing, we got to make this bridge. I think we just made it. Okay, we got to make that bridge. Okay, made the bridge. I got him. Coming back up. This could be a reality too, that we're working around things. Now we're going to kind of use those arms, lift up, help them feel it, don't pinch your fingers. Good. Say he can't get it out on his own, I got to help him. I'm on the opposite side, pull him into you, get that thing out. Okay? Wheelchair to mat. You could do that. Anyone wants to try maybe going up? No, it's just a little more work on behalf of the patient. But you got to be prepared. That's what the sliding board is. You got this situation, use it as a bridge. Okay, so that's the one thing you got to master, if you will.